apologize to our listeners out there. I forgot to turn my microphone on. I introduced myself. And and we have Brandon Good in studio.
Howdy.
Howdy. What's so funny, Brandon?
Huh?
What's so funny?
Well, it's just, I would have never thought, as I say, as a mediocre player, that I would ever get the chance to even play at a small station or to do jams or really become friends with John Metter, Jesse Brock, Tim Stafford, Sean Lane, and a whole bunch of others of inspiration that leads me to this moment, actually.
Well, thank you for coming on.
It's definitely an honor to be here.
Well, it's an honor to have you.
I appreciate it.
What was that first song you performed?
That is Cherokee Shuffle.
Cherokee Shuffle.
It's an instrumental, and I can't remember who originally wrote it or who did it, but I mostly took inspiration of playing it by Dan Tominski.
Oh, it's a nice tune.
Oh, I love it. It gets you upbeat and get your feet moving, you know.
You got some more tunes up for us?
I do. I think I'm going to do another one by Dan Tominski. It is called Heads You Win, Tails I Lose.
Very nice, Brandon.
I appreciate it.
I did a session with you back in October, so how you been since then?
Well, pretty much the same, besides learning some new music with myself of what I want to perform, and really just trying to be better at my vocal singing over time so I can sing more instead of doing instrumentals, and eventually get to where I get better playing that's cleaner, and just overall build up the musical character of mine and personally of who I am. That's made me who I am to this day.
And you are from Kingsport, Tennessee.
Yeah, that's right.
And how old were you when you started playing guitar?
I think I was 13 years old, I think. I got my first guitar back in 2013. I played it for a month, and then I put it away for several years, and then after my dad's widowmaker heart attack back in 2018, that definitely struck a number with me, and I thought I need to do stuff in my life to where I definitely enjoy it, that I won't regret of not ever doing it. And music was one of them. With the history of the good family with music and heritage, and from what my family band has done in the past, and then just the overall connection that we got to listening to bluegrass and playing bluegrass, I thought, man, I'd love to, even with country also.
Yeah.
I thought, well, I would love to do music. One of the things that keeps me, I guess, sometimes distracted from the real world issues, to where it puts me in the zone to something I enjoy, and gives me a mental break. And so I decided to do bluegrass. Dad bought me a Yamaha FG830, it's what the guitar is called. And I started playing on it for a little while, and then that was 2018, late 2018. That was actually after my birthday, October 17th. And then, I think this past February, 2024, I have acquired this Blue Ridge.
That's a nice looking guitar.
BR260. Yeah, it's a Adirondack spruce top, or just red spruce top, and Indian rosewood back and sides, I believe. And this has been the bluegrass guitar for me ever since.
Well, nice.
Just the rest of it's history from Facebook and Instagram of what my friends and other people have saw just brought me to this moment.
All right, nice. Got some more tunes for us?
I believe I do. This one is Shady Grove by Brian Sutton. It's more of an instrumental. It's not Doc Watson's where he has lyrics to his, but I may do that here down the coming set. But then it'll emerge into a song that Tim Stafford did with Blue Highway on their Silver Anniversary album, and it's called Orville's Web.
Very nice, Brandon.
I appreciate it. That was Doc Watson's, Brian Sutton's version of Shady Grove, and then the other one was Orville's Web, but Tim Stafford. Let's see. What else we got? I think what I'm going to try next is Lonesome Feeling by the Osborne Brothers, I believe, originally did this one. It's a lonesome feeling when you're traveling down a lonesome road. Nobody cares a thing about you. It's a heavy load, it's a heavy load. I wish that I was in Cincinnati, where love was true, and she told me so. I gave her rings and all my money. Where she ran off to, I'll never know. It's a lonesome feeling when you're traveling down a lonesome road. Nobody cares a thing about you. It's a heavy load, it's a heavy load. I wish that I was in Cincinnati with Papa and Mama dear. Papa's gone, and so is Mama. And Kentucky's a long way from here. It's a lonesome feeling when you're traveling down a lonesome road. Nobody cares a thing about you. It's a heavy load, it's a heavy load.
Very nice.
I appreciate it.
You listen to Appalachian Artists Live, and we're in studio with Brandon Good. And Brandon, you volunteer at the Carter Fold.
I do. In fact, I've only started since early March, mid-April, I think. I went to a show. I think it was the Seldom Scene or somebody performing around that time. I went to go see a show with two of my coworkers, Michelle and Sarah, and about halftime I looked at them. I said, "I wonder if you can volunteer at the Fold." And they said, "I don't know. You'd have to ask and see what they say." And I see a lady named Betty Hall walking up a section of stairs, handing out flyers and stuff for the 50th anniversary show, the first 6 months or 5 months that they had scheduled every Saturday night.
Okay.
And I happened to see her, and I said, "I'm going to ask this lady right here," and I didn't know her at the time. And I asked her, I said, "Is there a way you can volunteer here?" And she said, "Yeah. You'd have to come down and talk to one of the ladies." I think her name was Deborah Webb. And said, "You'd let them know that you're interested in volunteering." And I said, "Funny enough, do you know by the name of Joe, or Fiddlin' Joe Good?" And that is a great uncle of mine that played fiddle all throughout Southwest Virginia in the early days, like towards the 80s, I think early 2000s, if I've heard my dad's history about him correctly. and he played at the Carter Fold a lot, and even when Johnny was alive in June.
Okay.
And she said, "You're kin to him?" I said, "Yeah, I'm his, I guess I'd be his great-nephew." She's like, "Oh my gosh, yeah, we'd love to have you to volunteer. Please come down and let you talk to Rita." And Rita Forster is the one who runs the Carter Fold and is the granddaughter of Jeanette Carter, if I got that right. And I ended up seeing Miss Rita, and that was just a wow factor.
Wow.
To be able to talk to one of the Carters, the original Ken Carters. And she said, "Honey, we'd love to have you to volunteer." So I've been down there ever since and got to meet a whole bunch of artists. I didn't, let's see, I met J.P. Mathis and his group. I've met Appalachian Roadshow. I've met Daly and Vincent. I've met, who else? But I can't remember. But there's a few other artists I got the honor to meet, and Larry Gatlin. He was the ending show of the 50th year of the festival, or the Fold. And that's just, I got to meet so many people to take inspiration and gain advice to how to become a better player and be a better professional musician and a person outside the public view, which I'm still working on that. But
well, you're doing a great job.
And, I don't know, it's probably one of the most funnest times I've had in my 23 years of life. And to be able to sometimes out in the parking lot when I'm doing barking, just take the old guitar out if I got nothing going on, just sit and play and just let others listen to me, and just to see their faces and stuff, just react to me and say, "Wow, you just do really good," or just keep it up. That makes my day and just makes me want to pursue that and become even better and better and better over time. So
well, that's great.
Really exciting for me.
Are you looking to have a band in the future?
Yes, I would. I did have one called the Southern Mile. This was the second year of Blue Highway Fest. I got a couple of guys together and to create a band name and stuff and be part of Carson Peters' Jammin' in the Gap event.
Okay.
Big Stone Gap. And I ended up finding a place just out of nowhere to be part of Carson's event at Good Times Pizza in Big Stone Gap, Virginia. Just happens to fall on a Friday night at 9 to 10 p.m. just for an hour. And we all got over there and played a little bit. And then there was Carson's main jam going on at the Visitor Center. And Big Cherry Brewing, Kirkland's, there was one there. It was all over the block of Big Stone. It was just amazing. And I've never been to Earl Scruggs Festival or Galax, but if I'd have to put the jams and stuff close to it, it would be about right at, Galax's popularity, and just there's so many pickers around playing. It's just awesome. But yeah, I would love, we're not together no more, but I would definitely love to be a part of a band or have one of my own called the Southern Mile, which ironically enough, there was another name that I think Josh Williams and Ron Block, Steve Thomas, Don Rigsby, and a few others got together to make this name, but it's ironic how I made the Southern Mile name, and I see them create Southern Legacy.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know if he's seen it one day and, gain traction, make something of his own, but I don't know. It was a unique name, and to see that happen somewhere else just like that, that's really cool to me.
Nice.
I don't know if I took inspiration from Josh Williams for him to make that name or what, but this is really cool. It's just unique. There's reasons to it.
Right. This is WEHC Emory 90.7 and WISC FM WISE 90.5. Also heard of Big Stone Gap on 90.1, Clintwood on 90.3, St. Paul on 90.9, Pound on 91.3, Norton on 91.7, and streaming the World Wide Web at WEHCFM.com. But today we have Brandon. He's doing a great job. Singing some old bluegrass tunes.
I appreciate that very much.
And you got some more tunes for us?
Yeah, I got several more. This one is, it has lyrics to it, but I'm going to do it as an instrumental.
Oh, darn.
It's called Ruby Ann by Seth Mulder and Midnight Run.
Very good, Brandon.
I appreciate it.
I could see some improvement since the last time I saw you in October.
Yeah.
You're picking.
Just getting into jams, putting myself forth into making myself do stuff that's just unplanned, and really just that's the better way for me to learn, is to throw myself into jams, throw my stuff into just unique situations to where it can improve my playing, my singing, just overall professionalism, and just make me, who I am as a person. So I've definitely have made a little bit of improvement, but of course there's always something new to learn. So always.
I saw on Facebook you did some jamming with Griffin Dombey this past week.
Yeah, him and Ryder Casey and J.P. Mathis, I think it's
J.P. Mathis, yes.
His last name, the second. Ryder messaged me early afternoon Thursday, and we did it Thursday night. He said, "Man, I got a jam going on if you'd like to come down, and you'll have a great old time." And it was in Unicoi County, Tennessee. I can't remember what the fold was he said at the time that ran on that property, but it was a very great festival, and apparently several players that has been to that festival and competed is now playing professionally, and I wish I knew their names to top off that Ryder has told me.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a very unique piece of land. It's actually old plantation from the early 1800s.
Wow.
And it's a bunch of old buildings from that time, cabins, and then metalworking area for forging. And it's just, I was just alone by itself. As me as a history person, I really admire scenery and places like that. And we got to play in this big old barn. It was a little chilly that night, so we had a kerosene heater going, but that was a heck of a time with those fellers. I really enjoyed it, and we've said we definitely want to do it again. And we hope that gets to be a bigger ordeal. Maybe have it like once a month, like East Tennessee Bluegrass Association.
Mm-hmm. That'd be great.
I think that'd be really cool.
I might have to come down myself and listen.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll have a good time.
Oh, yeah.
It's awesome down there.
Got some more tunes for us?
I guess I'm going to do Church Street Blues by Tony Rice.
Church Street Blues.
There's a lot of cross-picking in this song, so if I miss a note, I do apologize.
I'm sure you won't miss a note.
I think Tim Stafford did a biography on him one time on a book. I think that is one of the most profound bluegrass players I think we've seen in a long time, with his unique singing and his unique cross-pick picking. So I thought, you know what, for a radio station, I've done it for a few people personally, but I thought I'd like to try to do this on the radio station, see what happens.
Oh, cool. I'm glad you're doing it.
And I will try to sing to this as best as I can. Lord, I've been hanging out of town. Lord, you had low down rain. Watching Good Time Charlie Friends is driving me insane. And up on shady Charlotte Street, Lord, the green lights look red. Wish I was back home on the farm, Lord, in my feather bed. I find myself a rocking chair, see if I can lose this thin dime. Hard times, hell on Church Street Blues. Found myself a picker friend and I read yesterday's news. Folded up page 21 and I stuck it in my shoe. Well, I gave me a nickel to the poor and the good turn for the day. Throwing out my old billphone, threw it far away. I found myself a rocking chair, see if I can lose this thin dime. Hard times, hell on Church Street Blues. Some guitar strings, that old black diamond brand. I'll string up this old Martin box and to go and join some bands. Well, I think I'm gonna sit right here and to sing and pick a while, trying to make me a little change and to give them folks a smile. I find myself a rocking chair, see if I can lose this thin dime. Hard times, hell on Church Street Blues.
Found myself a rocking chair, see if I can lose this thin dumb hard times, hell on Church Street blues.
Well, you did great. You didn't mess up.
I appreciate it. No, I didn't do such thing. Nobody seen it. Nobody heard it.
That's right. Nobody heard it right. Becky Mead said you're sounding great.
Oh,
She's tuning in today. Thank you, Becky, for listening.
thank you, Becky. If nobody knows who that is, well, maybe not. I'm not sure, but she does travel everywhere with her son. And you actually, when are you having him on? February?
I think so, yes.
It is Trevor Mead. He is actually a good friend of mine. Has he played here before?
He has.
And he's played up in Richlands. He's played in North Carolina. He's played all over East Tennessee.
He plays a lot in Big Stone Gap.
Yeah, in Big Stone Gap. And if I heard his mom correctly, I think he teaches up there too as well.
He does.
In Wise or Big Stone, one of the two.
He does. I think at the Union High School, I think.
Yeah, I think so. But he is overall, I think he plays solo most of the time, but he has his own band. But he is a great, what would you consider him? Country artist?
Yes.
Bluegrass. He does play some bluegrass, but I like his raspy voice and how he plays. He's an overall cool cat too.
He's an overall great
he's also
dude.
taller than me.
Yeah, very tall guy, yes.
Oh, hi. But I recommend go check him out and talk to him and his mom. They're great people.
They are great people.
They are. Let's see. I think I'm going to do Two Highways by Allison Krauss and Union Station.
You talked about Tim Stafford earlier. Is he one of your inspirations?
He is. Tim Stafford is a good family friend of ours, the Good family. And let's see, I'm going to correct myself from the last session. Let me remember. Cousin, I think, if I remember myself correctly, Luther Phillips. Yeah, it'd be cousin, Luther Phillips. He played upright bass for Tim when they were called Memories in the early to mid 80s.
Okay.
Because early 90s, Tim played with Alison Krauss and then stepped back for a few years, and then 95 is when Blue Highway formed. So I hate I accidentally put the wrong date, but I think that is factual information on that. But he's been a good family friend, and after I got into knowing that information a few years ago, and then the Fold, I wanted to find my own style when I was starting to really play serious about 3 years ago. And I took inspiration of Tim and how he plays. Mm-hmm. He plays a little bit of classical, but throws traditional bluegrass in the mix. And I've always enjoyed listening to that. So I've took that into my playing. And on top of that, he's not the only inspiration of mine. I got Josh Turner as one of my inspirations. Johnny Cash, Roy Clark, Chet Atkins. Let's see, who else? Dan Tominski. And there was 2 new artists, but I can't remember their names at the moment, but I've learned to throw all of that together and make my unique sound.
Okay, good.
And on top of that, I've been to Blue Highway Fest for all 3 years, and I'm wearing the hat.
You got your hat on, yeah.
to advertise for it, because Tim and them put on such a great festival. And as far as I know, I plan on volunteering. I've paid the last 3 years as funding for Tim and them to keep the festival going, but I'd like to be more close to them and with them to work the festival and stuff like that, and to help him continue on the bluegrass legacy he's made for himself and his songwriting stuff, and then the band, and just overall the meaning of the festival. I'd like to be definitely part of that. That's definitely a huge honor, and just to sometimes go see Tim and Blue Highway at like the Down Home, which they recently played a few weeks ago, and just to go down there and talk to Tim and all, and just wow. Wow is all I can say.
Wow.
So it's really cool to have inspiration playing in the bedroom while listening to their records on YouTube or by CD, just to play along with them and think, I'd love to be part of that one day and be involved, and here I am.
Well, you told me back in October that you were working on your own song.
I am.
How's that coming along?
I got the chords progressions together, but I still have no lyrics, and I don't know if it's going to be an instrumental still yet. As far as I know, it's going to be, but I really don't have no final plans for it. But it's called Eyes on the Power Lines, and I wasn't originally going to do it, but you know what? I think I will.
Well, I'd love to hear it.
It's still in the works, and that's what I've created as an inexperienced songwriter, or just to really make my own material.
Well,
so far, I'm pretty proud of this one.
Well, to get experience, you have to do it, right?
Yeah, and it's just overall feeling, as what I've learned at listening to the other songwriters at the songwriting class this past year, the Bluegrass Festival, being the Blue Highway. You have to feel it. You have to be in a certain environment to make these songs, and just overall thoughts, listening to other people's opinions, and to make something that's yours. And I think I kind of did it with this one with listening to several of the inspirations of mine to play guitar and bluegrass. And this is what I come up with.
Oh, nice.
Eyes on the Power Lines.
Wow, Brandon. That sounded like something been playing for years. It's so good.
I appreciate that.
I can really picture I can picture a fiddle player and a banjo with that song.
Well, that's what I was trying to do here. That's just me trying to since I'm just playing acoustically, that's trying to play their parts. You know, the banjo's going to have a part, whatever he wants to do in the mix of it. Bass player.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
If the person that plays bass with me one day wants to do a break and slap it right on, and then fiddler and
That'd be a great
guitarist maybe.
That'd be good, a flat footing tune there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Still trying to improve timing with it, but overall I think that's the tempo I'm going to go with. Like I said, I don't know if it's going to be just an instrumental, but if it does, I ain't going to complain. But
I think it sounds great just as instrumental. I don't think you need words with that.
May not.
Yeah, that's just my opinion though.
But over time, I think I'll get that finalized and make it something to get a couple of guys together if I still don't have a group to love to put on record and have it as a single. That would be an awesome achievement for me.
Well, I want to thank our listeners for tuning in today. Next week we have Benny Haggerty coming in from South Carolina, play some bluegrass for you. And today we have Brandon Good. Thank you, Brandon, for coming in.
Thanthis you so much for hosting me. This is an honor.
Got about 4 minutes left. You got a song to take us out on?
Let's see. Look. I think I do. It's called Greens Fees by Dan Tominski.
All right.
Let's see.